Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now it's a relatively new channel and what I'm looking to do is to increase my followers / subscribers as they're called here on YouTube, much like I would do across any of my other channels. So if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button and follow along in terms of my content here. That would be fantastic. Also, if you've got any comments throughout the video, please drop them down below in the comment box. You know I love to read them and engage with you, so go ahead and do that as well. So the focus point for this particular video is all about the Facebook F8 conference. So that's the big developer conference that happens every so often when Facebook like to put it on, and it's where they announce all of the changes that are happening across the suite of their communication tools. So that includes Facebook itself, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So I've picked out 4 key points that for us as small business owners I think are most relevant. And I'm going to go through and talk you through those 4 key points and why and how it is that you can start to apply the changes to your business. So first up is about privacy. Now, Mark Zuckerberg came out on stage at the opening conference and had a massive sort of like statement behind him on the big screen that said, the future is private. Now, when he said that, there were a few, basically the auditorium went super silent and you could have heard a pin drop for a couple of seconds. And then there was some nervous laughter that then followed. Everybody knows the Cambridge Analytica scandal that hit Facebook a couple of years back. And, you know, they are trying to do what they can. That's what Mark Zuckerberg said in terms of, you know, addressing privacy and security issues. So definitely at the forefront of their latest changes across the suite of communication tools. So that means, you know, when you use WhatsApp and you've got the end-to-end encryption feature within that, expect that privacy setting to be rolled out across Facebook Messenger and also Instagram chat as well, which means as a small business owner you can be that bit more confident in terms of the communication across all of their channels will be that bit more secure for you. Which leads me on to my second point, which is with regards to Messenger itself. Now, Zuckerberg announced that there is going to be a new Facebook Messenger app for your desktop, which is going to be interesting. Now, the lead developer on Messenger said, and I'm going to quote, they want Messenger to be the fastest private communication fastest, if I could get my words out, fastest private communication app on the planet. Now, what they're looking to do within that is enable a couple of things. First of all, they're going to, on the desktop app, they're going to allow you to centralize your conversations that you're having across Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram, which for me is going to be fantastic. So all of those different communication platforms and the private messaging and direct messaging that you've got now going to be housed easily within the Facebook Messenger app, which is phenomenal because I personally can never remember where it is I've started a conversation with somebody. Was it, DMs in Instagram, or was it on Facebook Messenger, or was it on WhatsApp? Can never remember. Sometimes drives me a little bit loopy. But now they're going to be housed all together in one place, which hopefully will make it easy so you're not having to come in and out of apps and try and sort of like find out where things are happening. Streamlines the conversation, makes it quicker for you to be able to get back to client and continue that dialogue, which is fabulous. The other aspect of Facebook Messenger that I thought was particularly interesting was this new Watch Together feature that they will be launching. Now, I don't know whether you've noticed, but within Facebook now at the moment, when you go to construct a post, you can click on the button that says the Watch Party. Now that, I don't know if you've used it, I've never used it, I don't know anyone who has used it. So this is why I think they're launching another version of it in order to get the community around you buzzing and doing things together. Essentially, it means that you can all watch something together within Facebook at the same time and have kind of like a bit of a kind of like party, I suppose. It's basically a get together to watch something with your friends, potential customers, colleagues, etc. The way it works in terms of a business frame of mind, I would imagine, say for instance, you've just filmed a corporate video and you want to sort of like launch that. watch party or watch together would be the perfect space to launch that particular video. You would have, it's almost like you invite people along to the premiere, to the opening of it as such. They then get that notification at that allocated time. They're able to join in and watch the unveiling of your new corporate video, which gets the buzz going. People can chit chat, get a really good vibe. You can answer questions. You can sort of like get into that conversation without having to necessarily organise an event, which can be costly. Get people along. Sometimes people are flaky. You can sort of bypass all of those issues in terms of that physical presence and actually just launch it straight out to your client base and prospective client base together and experience the vibe digitally as such. So that's a feature that they want to really sort of like focus on, because it comes back to the fact that Facebook want to engender and continue this community-led feel across all of their platforms. So watch out for that one. That's going to be particularly interesting. Now, the third point that I thought was of interest for us as small business owners, from a mindset point of view, this one is that a couple of weeks back in Canada, Facebook have trialled removing likes from Instagram. So this is similar to what Twitter have recently been trialling as well, in terms of hiding the total number of people, hiding the total number of followers that you have. Now, Instagram, you know what it's like. You get on to Instagram and you can get often sucked in by the vanity numbers. So by vanity numbers, I mean your total number of followers, total number of likes, and you can become obsessed with those. I know that can happen because I've personally been there myself. I know a lot of my clients have been there as well. So you end up focusing on wanting more followers, wanting more likes, and wanting validation from the social community. Whereas in fact, what we should be doing, and I know that I should be focusing on, I know that you should be focusing on, is quality of content. That is key. Producing content that you know your core advocates, brand ambassadors, those people who already follow you and who already engage with your posts. Produce content for them. Produce content that's of worth, of value for them. And if you continue doing that, you will have a super quality-led audience there. Numbers do not matter. Engagement matters. Building relationships with those key followers, your ambassadors, your current customers, those people who will be sort of like flying the flag for you over in the real world, and also digitally, and saying to other people, look, you've got to follow X because they're brilliant at this and that. Go ahead and follow them. You know, I'll tag you in a post. Share that. You know, they're the people that will share your posts within their own stories. That's what you want to focus on. But before I get carried away, as I have done a little bit on that particular point, bring it back to the fact that Facebook, yes, are trialling removing likes over in Canada. So it'll be interesting to see what that test reveals, and if they're going to go a step further and sort of like remove follower numbers as well, and other other data that can be visibly seen by others. Now remember, as the owner of the page, you'll still have that data information. It just simply won't be displayed for everybody to see. Now, the final point that I wanted to bring out, I'm just reading my notes, is with regards to Facebook itself. So Zuckerberg announced a big design overhaul to the web and mobile apps for Facebook, and in fact is the biggest design overhaul they've had in at least 5 years. So you might have already noticed on your desktop app and also your mobile app that Facebook looks a little less blue and a lot more white. So as a design sort of like feature as such, for me personally, it looks a lot more clean, a lot less cluttered, easier to navigate, and somehow it also makes me feel a little bit more positive towards my Facebook interactions as well. The blue for me really didn't do it. It felt quite dull. It felt like a space that I was entering a void that I wouldn't be able to come out of. For me, having those clean, bright colours of white around it make it so much more, for me, a little bit more engaging. I'd love to know what you think. Have you noticed it? What do you think of the layout? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. But the purpose behind Zuckerberg and his team doing that is in order to, and I'll read my notes, is to make it easier to find and connect with particularly groups and events. Now that's going to be the key. It's those discovering tools that they want you to engage with most. Which brings me on to the fact that as a business owner, if you have a group, this is good news. Because your group feed is going to, your group content rather, sorry, is going to start appearing in the news feed more often because of part of this algorithm change and the fact that they want groups to be more visible, and the whole layout has changed along with the color change to make groups and events more prominent within the app in particular. So if you have a group, what I would suggest you do, and I know I could do a whole talk on this actually in terms of how you create a group and the kind of the mechanics behind making that work. If you want that, again, drop a yes, I want the group chat or the group video in the comments below. But when you create a group, yes, it takes a lot of effort in order to get that engagement going. So it may well be that you have created a group a while back and you became despondent with it and that sort of like fallen flat. Now this is going to be the key time, because of the algorithm change, is going to give you a bit of a kind of a kickstart in terms of getting that content up into people's feeds and hopefully stimulating that engagement that may well have been missing first time round. So if you've got a group, head back to it and really think about how it is that you can start to elevate the content there. Make it more exciting, add lots of value, make the content that you have there more frequent as well. So again, it's frequency, it's quality of content and purpose behind it. Because if you do that and start putting more content into that, it will start appearing back in people's news feed, which is wonderful. Now, the flip side to that is if you are a member of a group, then this is a time to sort of like curate your group content, I would say. So much like I say, curate your feed on, say, Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, go back and start to curate your group content, or your groups, as you would do your followers and accounts that you follow elsewhere. So go back, have a look at what groups that you already follow. Are they of value to you? Are they not? Are you getting value from them? Are you able to give value? If you've answered no to those particular questions, then perhaps it's time you exit that group, because if there's a step up in content, what you're going to see is that group content within your newsfeed. And if you don't want to engage with it, then that's going to become annoying for you. So just exit that group. Alternatively, you may well see a group that you've long forgotten that you joined and think, goodness, that group potentially has the scope to give me value, and for me now within my business change to be able to add value to it. So if that is the case, then start engaging in some of the posts that perhaps you've missed or avoided, and start to get that conversation going again, because it will start appearing in your news feed and become front of mind. So go back and do that. So two things, really up your game in terms of your group content and the frequency of that content. And then as a user, as a group member, then go back and curate those your feed. Get rid of the groups, or exit the groups that you no longer want to be part of, and start to engage with those that you do. So that, in fact, brings me to the end of my 4 key points. So hopefully that was of worth. So I'll just do a quick recap. First of all, it was all about privacy. If the future is private, according to Facebook, they're doing what they can to enable that end-to-end encryption across all of their social media platforms. The second one was all about the new Messenger app that's coming. Then they're trialing removing of likes, so in order to help our mindset and have a better positive mindset towards Instagram to begin with. And then the last one was all about group content because of the algorithm change that is coming to Facebook itself. Hopefully that's been of value to you. Do let me know if you've liked the video in the comments below. I would love that. And as I say, it is a new channel here on YouTube, so if you could hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber, that would be wonderful. But for now, I shall leave you to it. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.